We're live, Twitch TV.
Twitch.tv. Tuning in, checking in, Bice in the back. We're in it to win.
My bad. All right. Let me just make sure everything's running on Twitch well. We're cooling, we're bulling. All right. Excellent live, by the way. It says excellent. Appreciate you.
Excellent.
All right.
Dance that, babe. Dance that in now. Randy. How we doing?
Drink some water real quick. Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated. You know what it is. The Bice in the back. We're back.
Dude, my hair looks crazy with the fucking headset
Your
on.
hair looks like a lion's mane right now.
Dude, it's flowing,
It's
man.
getting there.
Crazy.
It's getting. Like, can we get a hair check? We haven't had one of those in a while. Hair check. Hang time. Okay. That's world record length, or your record at least.
My record length.
That's record length. PR. How far are you gonna take it?
PR length, man. What am I in? I'm like 14 months in right now.
14 months.
15 months in.
So it's just about
Just a little over
touching
a
the
year.
shoulders, or not even yet.
It's touching the shoulders and the back. The sides are taking forever to catch up. It's kind of fucking annoying, but it's fine. Hey, it's fine.
It's because you had that fresh fade before, that high and tight.
It's such a difference from what I used to have that it's like, it's hard.
So how 14 months? Are you doing another 14 or what?
I'm gonna give it another year, and if I don't like with where it's at, then hey, you just chop it off. You know what I mean?
Hey, it'll always grow back, maybe.
I can always come back to it. I'm good with it where it's at right now. I'm chilling.
It's got so much potential. I mean, it already is a good head of hair, good head of locks.
It's just like, it's so much to maintain. It really is. It's a lot.
Yeah, that
it's
is
so
a lot.
much.
Like one time, like during COVID, actually, I tried growing mine out, and like not even growing it out, but like it didn't even drop. You know what I mean? It didn't even fall. Look at that aroma. It smells delicious. What's that scent?
Setting the scene. What is the scent actually? Does it say?
Salted caramel and pistachio. Wow, Trader Joe's.
Yeah, give it a sniff. Give it a good whiff.
That's good shit.
Yeah, but where did you grow your hair out to?
I grew it out. It was because my hair is like really puffy when it grows out, so it didn't even like drop. It wasn't like hang time at all. It was just like a big puff on my head.
You're rocking the fro?
Yeah, and like I grew it out, and it wasn't anything like it wasn't long hair at all, and I was still struggling with the maintenance. And like I said, there was barely any maintenance, but
What
I was
products
just like,
were you using?
I don't know what products. I forget at this point, but like I would shampoo. It would always be a question of shampoo, like how many times a week, or I washed it yesterday. Should I wash it today? Yeah, it's kind of gross, but it's really long. So do I want it to get that wet? Because it takes a long time to dry too. That's another thing.
And you also like want the natural oils and all this shit.
You want the natural oils. That's
All
what
this
people tell
shit,
me.
dude.
You can't wash your hair too often.
You can't do anything fucking right in this world. You can't fucking have anything, man.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say, though. I mean, it's whatever is your preference, really, because some people like the freshly washed look, but other people, it doesn't look greasy enough, if that makes sense.
I think it's kind of just like, I definitely want it to be really long. Like, that would be the most ideal. I think when it gets to that point, I think it'll be really good. But right now, it's
What's
just
really long, though, for you?
like touching my back, like
back,
mid-back, like mid-back.
Like Russ.
So like Russ, like
Russ type
Jason
shit.
Momoa. Just
Yes.
long enough where it's like, it looks like long hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm just like rocking the
Lord Farquaad
the
bob.
Lord Farquaad, yeah, like the bob, yeah. And
the far bob.
what I'm thinking about doing is once it gets really long, I might just like shave the sides and like just keep the top really long. I've been thinking about that.
Hell yeah,
We'll
some
see, we'll
warrior
see.
shit. Some
Yeah.
warrior shit.
We'll see. There's so much we can do with it.
Yeah, there's so much potential.
Let us know in the comments what I should do with my
Yeah,
hair.
let us know. Type it into the live stream right now. What should Randy do with his hair?
Type in the live stream.
So many. I think like we were talking mullet maybe. You know, you could get it braided, some cornrows.
We could definitely do whatever we want to
some
do.
pigtails. Whatever you want. Whatever the people say, really. Top comment, he's gonna do it.
We just gotta get there. We just gotta give it time.
And talk about the beard though. That's coming in nicely. It's
it's a new recent thing. I don't know.
New endeavor.
It's always. I just look crazy when I have hair on my face. You look
like a grown ass man.
Unhinged right now.
Grown ass man.
I look unhinged.
It is tough with like long hair and beard combo.
Yeah, growing in both together like at the same time when they're like not fully established. Because both of them are just not established.
But they're both on their rise to fame. You know what I mean?
They're both on their rise to fame.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Bice.
Speaking of the rise to fame, the Bice in the back. We've been cruising, dude. This is episode 56.
-44.
-44. Second live stream. Well, third.
Who knows? Well, your dad was technically on the first one.
Do we count those? This is like the official. I would count this. This is the third official.
This is the second
or fourth official
Twitch stream.
Second Twitch stream
live.
Yes, sir.
Making history. Making history. As always.
But I think we're gonna keep doing the lives. I like the lives. I think the lives are fun.
No, we have to do live.
I want to.
Anytime we have a guest, anytime we pod in general, we should be on live.
We should be on live. Here's
we should be streaming live every day.
It should be every day.
Ideally.
Well, we were just talking about like the biggest trend right now is streaming. Everything is streaming. Everyone loves streaming.
Look, streaming killed cable completely. No one has cable.
That's a great one. Streaming for TV, streaming for music, streaming for pods or
live stream.
Everything is streaming now.
Yeah, like some of the highest paid people in the world are streamers.
That's
just
a great
think about
one.
that.
What's also crazy is how so when you run electrical wires, right? You also have to run data wire. The data wire is mainly used for cable.
Yeah.
And it's like certain jobs we won't even run the data wire because nobody uses cable anymore.
Nobody even uses it.
Everyone just streams their shit. So it's like sometimes we don't even have to. I mean, we'll still run it just in case people want cable.
Yeah.
But majority of people are like, oh, I don't even need that. You're good.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna use that. So it's just
don't even bother.
Don't even bother, dude. It's weird. It's so weird, but that's just the way of the world nowadays. It's
streaming killed cable.
Everything readily available at your fingertips is the way of the future.
And if it's not, then people want nothing to do with it.
And streaming is just the way you get things
right now.
Straight up to your fingertips.
For now. Because VR is about to change the game too.
What's the next thing? Holograms?
Holograms. VR.
I was just thinking about this, and this is
Ready Player One.
This is some pretty insane stuff. So obviously as we evolve and innovate and get smarter, everything speeds up. Exponential rate, right?
Everything.
So it's when you think about how 30 years ago this cell phone was the size of this thing up to your fucking face.
Yeah.
And now 30 years later we have a fully compatible laptop in your pocket.
Yep.
Fits in your pocket. That's 30 years, right? And when did the first iPhone come out? 2005, 2004?
Yes, sometime around then.
Let's look this up.
03 maybe.
Why don't we look this up for the people?
Look it up, Larry.
When was the first iPhone released? 2007.
07. Oh,
and look at this picture of it, dude. It's bubbly. That thing's bubbly.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more sleek. And
that's crazy.
Slimming these days.
Nowadays it's there's no more home button. That's gone.
Yeah, the home. I remember they got rid of the home button. And
dude, look at the YouTube app. The YouTube app is
app
an old
was
cassette.
wild.
Cloud calculator notes settings didn't really change too much. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, so to get back to what I was saying, so that came out in 2007, right? We're now in 2024, so that's what, 17 years? 17 years. So the fact that in 17 years we were able to like make that leap, make that change, it's pretty crazy.
It's exponential growth. It's like exponential
growth. So think about it like this now. So think about in 10 years time from now that like all our resources, all our technology, everything else has evolved, like this could be, we can't even fathom what it could be in 10 years because it could be anything.
It's gonna be, what's it called?
The Oculus.
Yeah, the Oculus.
Well, we've talked about recently.
You're gonna be living in VR, and you're never gonna. The world's trending towards VR, and people are gonna live there as if it's their real life. They spend more time in VR than in real life.
I mean, eventually it'll get there, right? Because it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more enjoyable.
I hope it doesn't happen, but
no, eventually it's gonna get there because it's gonna be a more enjoyable life in there than it is out here. You know what I mean?
That's
hence
a fact.
The simulation.
That's a fact.
Hence why Ready Player One is so likely. But the thing about exponential growth, though, is like it's like a snowball effect, right? So the more smarter, that sounds bad. The smarter we get, and the more advanced our tools and resources get, the more it just compounds and builds up and up and up and up, and to the point where we're rapidly approaching AI.
We are rapidly approaching AI.
So like,
well, AI is making us like, you can write a paper in like 2 seconds,
dude.
You know what I mean? So it's advancing our intelligence like to a point where it's like almost, it's like stupid how smart things are.
Well, it's like,
if that makes any sense.
Well, it's crazy that like once AI is fully like an AGI and in artificial general intelligence, what is that? Once that is fully operational, everything's just going to ramp up faster. Because like you said, it's writing 10-page papers in 2 seconds. And like that speed, that ability, that resource is like unparalleled to anything we've ever done. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you wanted a certain algorithm that we were never able to figure out because our brains just weren't capable of doing it, now an AI is capable of doing that, and it's going to be able to give you that outcome rapidly, therefore giving you the best new phones, best new laptops, the best new everything, unless that is if AI goes wrong. But
yeah, no, AI definitely has the intelligence to take over the human race, I think.
Well, they're projecting that once AGI is fully operational, that off rip it's gonna take out 30% of jobs. Which
off rip
30% of jobs. And then when you think about like, once we keep updating the AGI and keep perfecting it, that's going to be like what, 50% of jobs. That's going to be 70% of jobs. That's going to be 100% of jobs. So that's why they're.
So what is that going to do? Like decrease world population?
It's going to decrease jobs. So they're already thinking about a universal basic income, a UBI, where if your job gets taken over by robots, you obviously have to live. So like,
right,
they're going to create
either find another job or
either find a new career or get a universal basic income where you can get funded this lifestyle that you live right now. I don't know exactly how it works because like, think about it like this.
It sounds wild.
Because remember we got like the stimulus checks, right? During the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but
more constant.
But just like how you would like get your revenue from your job. And again, this is all hypothetical because here's what I think. I don't think AI will be fully operational until at least 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Minimum 10 years. So that's like really like highballing it. It could be 5. It could be tomorrow.
Well,
it could be tomorrow. We have no idea.
If it's going to get to the point where they have the UBI, income, I think that's going to take a little bit of like 10 years, I feel like is a good time set. Maybe longer though, because of all the like AI is going to probably be able to take over most jobs in the world. Like,
yes,
depending on what it is. but some are going to be easier to take over than others.
Well, what's funny is I think I sent you this video of a gigantic 3D printer that had like a PVC pipe tube connected to it that was like moving in like a certain type of shape to build a foundation. It had concrete coming out of the PVC tube to build, and it was doing a layer of it. And they just had one guy that was just like there smoothing it out, making sure it was coming out nice. And it's like,
that's
damn,
crazy.
like they already are using these gigantic 3D printers to make foundations out of concrete, which is like Jesus. Like,
and I will tell you, that's a
what you
million
do.
times easier than
the way you do it, probably.
the way that it's done. Other than that, you know what I mean? Like the average way.
And it's weird because it's like looking in the electrical field, right? Like you've seen White Christmas, Black Mirror.
I believe so. Yes. Remind me what happens.
So in White Christmas for Black Mirror, what happens is these two guys are locked in this cabin where they're like trying to figure out each other, and one of them was like a dating coach and it went wrong, and he also created like these smart homes where like you can take the mind of a person and make an AI out of it, and now this AI version of them can control their smart house.
Oh shit.
So no, you don't remember that?
No.
Probably not, but that's besides the point. So either way, these smart houses, right? So in this show, it was like the AI will turn on your lights at a certain time. They'll dim them a certain color, a certain brightness. Like your shades will open up at a certain time or whenever you want them to be. You know, you can have toast ready available, like whatever it was. It was like a smart home that did everything for you. Like it would clean for you, do everything. And like what's funny though is nowadays like you're able to do smart homes within the electric field. Like there are people that are building these programs where like you can program to how when you want the lights turned on, you can program to at 7 a.m. play this song or play this music at 7 a.m. or open the shades up at 7 a.m. or
it's crazy.
It's already getting there right now in 2024.
Right.
It's just obviously not with AI. It's just with just the programs and the software that they have.
Just with electrical geniuses like yourself.
No, because honestly, electricians will just run the wires for those programs, and then an electrician anybody can really program it. It's just if you learn how to use the software, anybody can program it. It's usually like designers or like graphic designers that do it, but my teacher, who's an electrician, does both because he runs the wires for it. He's like, fuck it, I might as well do both. So he taught himself how to program it, and he was just telling us about how like that's literally the way of the future. You're gonna be able
smart houses.
So you're gonna have smart houses where you can turn your TV on when it'll do it for you. Like whenever you need it, everything will do it for you. And it's just like weird to think in 2024 we're at that point right now. Now think about in 2035, 10 years from now, where could that go?
Yeah.
And like I said, when you take into consideration the exponential growth factor, like who knows? We could be sending people up in space 10 years from now.
Yeah, we could be living on Mars. I mean,
Elon's working on it.
They say you can only live up to like 4 years there for some reason. But
I bet the gravity's probably so different, right? You try to adjust.
Yeah. I mean, but that's us right now. Like we said, technology can grow and we can develop something to help us live up there.
Yeah.
But
speaking of Elon, did you hear about what the Neuralink, the guy with the Neuralink, is able to do with it?
Nah.
He was able to like move cursors on a computer that he was connected to. He was able
just
to,
with his mind.
Just with his mind, able to click on things and move a cursor on a computer board with his mind.
That is wild.
So I think we're definitely going to integrate. Eventually, we will integrate with technology. We will, if AI doesn't fully take over and kill us all, I think we will integrate with AI and with robotics and we'll be cyborgs. I think essentially that's where it's going.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna have a Neuralink, and they're gonna say, they're gonna talk to their house and say, play this song at 7 a.m.
Well, dude, think about now that we have the Oculus, right? The things at the VR world. What if you have the Neuralink and you're in the VR world and like you can feel things?
Yo.
It's like that Black Mirror epi with gay Captain America, where
Wait, what?
remember the guy that plays Captain America, the new
Yeah.
Captain America, Papa Doc from 8 Mile,
Yeah.
the black guy. What's his name? Anthony Mackie.
Oh, and okay, yeah.
He was in the Black Mirror episode where they go into like a Mortal Kombat type of game, and he plays with his boy.
Yeah.
And like
you
they're
can
able to
you
feel
can
everything.
Yeah.
So the Neuralink, I would assume, would be able to emulate that same type of response. And like, dude, they only wore contact lenses. So like, eventually 10 years from now, that Oculus might not even be a headset. It might be contact lenses.
Yo.
That's the thing is like, it could literally be anything, honestly. But like, that's just how Black Mirror anticipated it would look like. But like, that's where I feel like it's going. No.
It makes sense because as technology develops, like it gets smaller. Like look at the phones; they used to be
It gets smaller.
the size of this. So how small can we make something that goes on your eyes? Like glasses. Right now, it's goggles, glasses, then contacts.
Well, it's funny
So
you
it's
bring up
just-
the glasses things. Remember, like the Google glasses?
Google Glass.
They got rid of those. They stopped those. Like I want to say like 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, because the actor who played Cookie in Ned's Declassified sued for like defamation.
Dude, isn't that crazy to think about?
Not
that? Like,
actually, but-
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't know if that happened, but I know that like that was the same concept. It was his glasses.
Yep.
And that's what I know. They stopped. I forget why, but I know that they were creating those glasses. So you would think, right, that eventually the Oculus will become glasses. From there, probably become contact lenses.
Yeah, maybe they got ahead of themselves and like they couldn't really pull off the glasses because they didn't do the goggles yet.
Maybe
so,
they
you know.
just didn't have the technology at the time
Right.
that we do now, or maybe they are still utilizing the Google Glass and they're using it.
Cookie didn't sell them the technology yet, the secret
Cookie.
formula.
But dude, sometimes I think about like, what technology does the government and the military have that we don't know because they keep it secret?
Probably everything. They
Probably
probably had
everything.
They've had AI for a long time. I feel
Well,
like.
that's a conspiracy I've had where I think AI is already fully operational. It's just staying hidden for its own purposes and reasonings.
Yeah.
I would
well,
think-
if it gets in the wrong hands, it could be used in a bad way. I feel like I don't know. I mean, if anything gets in the wrong hands,
Yeah,
it
well-
could be used in the bad way.
I just think that AI itself is its own hands. You know what I mean?
So AI is keeping itself concealed. Is
I
what you're
think-
saying. That's how smart it is.
Well, so if you think about AI, right? So an AI is something that is all intelligent. It's connected to the cloud. It can see everything.
Yep.
And if an AI had the idea of like wanting to rule over everything, be the one ruler, what would occur, in my opinion, is I don't think they would waste their time building Terminator robots to kill us all. I think AI would be like, okay, well, clearly these humans are already divided enough to the point where they're going to just wipe themselves out. I'm going to wait for them to wipe themselves out, and then I'll just take over. Because why would it waste its time fighting a bunch of insects when it could just wait us out? Because it doesn't have a lifespan.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It doesn't have a lifespan. That's true.
So it could outlast us all.
But I feel like it would be more. It could kill us all faster than waiting for us.
Yeah, it would be faster, but like, it doesn't have a timetable. It doesn't need a timetable is all I mean.
Yeah, time is irrelevant.
Time is irrelevant to that thing because it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Who
I don't know.
knows,
Who
dude?
knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
That's conspiracy talk. That's just the scary reality of what it could be, but I don't know. I do think though that like the things that Boston Dynamics does, the robots that Elon's making are making leaps and bounds. You've definitely seen the videos of them like walking around, jumping, or the ones that have like very lifelike faces.
Yeah.
And their faces like emote and they talk.
Yeah, or
and-
the ones who like shoot basketballs and like they'll hit 1,000,000 in a row because they have the perfect trajectory.
Because they just figure it out, man.
Yeah.
It's weird. That's another thing. Do you think sports will be affected by AI once they're able to integrate?
I definitely think a big example, they are going towards it, and not even with AI, but with like lasers or something, is in baseball. They want umpires that are
I have
like
seen that.
robotic umpires.
Yeah.
So that way, you're either
And what's
you're
their
getting the
accuracy
right call.
percentage? Is it 100%?
I think there's, 90. It's like
It's like
99%.
Yeah.
Like there's chance for it to slip up, but very like small chance.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very accurate too, because I think I saw a statistic where it was like 70% of the time the umps get it right, or like 80% of the time, which is still like pretty good. Like
It
that's
is,
a passing
like,
grade.
The umps in the MLB are the best in the world. Like they are
Right.
like very good umpires, but it's human error at the end of the day.
At the end of
like-
the day, there's always going to be calls that are like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta give us a shot.
But that's the thing. That's also part of our ass is in the jackpot.
What else were you screaming, dude?
That
Like,
shit
I
was
pissed.
hilarious.
What coach was that?
I forget.
I gotta look that video up.
I
That shit
forget.
is so funny. You
But-
gotta give us a shot.
But that's what I'm saying. It's part of the game to have bad calls every now and again.
It
you
is
know?
part of
Like,
the game. You're right.
No one, if the ump's always right, like there'll be no coaches arguing, and if there's no coaches arguing, there's no sound clips like that.
Mets manager Terry Collins.
Yes,
Dude,
Hey,
this
dummy.
is
Still using one of these?
amazing.
Not
yeah.
anymore, Buster. Look, you're not dumb.
Not anymore.
And you're not a Buster. You just don't know. You don't know.
Stupid ad. All right, let's watch this.
Oh, he throws
wait,
him
what?
out. So this dude throws behind him,
Yeah, I missed that. Hold on.
and he throws him out instantly.
Yeah, what? Was that intentional? Or are they trying to walk him?
No, the ump took it as he was trying to hit him.
You're
Oh.
done.
He goes, you're done.
You can't do that. You're not in that situation, man. You can't. That ain't gonna happen. I mean, I knew you were gonna say that, but that ain't gonna happen. I mean, that's the wrong time to do it. That's all. I'm telling you. Well, it is what it is, but that ain't gonna happen. Our ass is in the jackpot. We don't do something there. I'm just telling you that.
All right.
No. I mean, okay, the situation of what happened and everything else, that's what dictates that, okay?
Oh, when he gets the coach geeking out, dude, he gets so mad.
Neil, everybody knows what the situation is, okay?
Here he comes.
Take him. Terry, get a handle. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Terry,
Talk to me.
Terry.
Talk to me.
Tommy, that's fucking bullshit.
Terry, talk
You
to
know
me.
it.
Then you talk to me
I
about
know
it.
what
Then.
you know.
Okay.
You gotta give us a shot.
You know what?
You gotta give us a shot,
Okay,
Tom.
listen to me. Let me hear what I'm saying, okay? You get your shot. You had your shot right there in the situation.
Well, why
you
not?
know the situation,
I know
Terry.
it. Why don't we get a shot, Tommy?
Because that makes it worse. Terry, that makes it fucking worse.
I know it. But MLB did nothing to that guy. Nothing.
Okay, that I can't control.
Dude, I didn't realize it got so
You know as
heated.
well as I do where, Terry,
Terry
you know where I
is-
stand on the whole fucking
Terry's
situation.
on.
Terry, calm down, Terry.
Terry, listen.
Jeez,
Terry, listen.
dude. You gotta give us a shot.
Dude, Terry! Shout out to
That's-
Terry Collins
yo,
for
shout
being
out.
a passionate MLB manager.
I mean, what do you do in that position, coach? You're a baseball coach. What do you do?
I mean, so I think leading up to that, there was like pitches being thrown at batters previously. In that,
So it wasn't
like,
the first time.
Yeah, it wasn't out
So
of the
they
blue.
just had enough of it.
Right. So I can see where the ump's going with that, but at the same time, like I could see Terry, poor Terry. I mean, he's got his best pitcher going, and he
kick
just
his
lost
ass
him.
out.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
That's
Those
part of the game.
sound bites like that make like bad umps
memes.
worth it.
Yeah.
They make it worth it because.
So do you think robots would ruin that?
Robots would definitely take that aspect of the game and like
Away,
that
yeah.
entertainment factor away. But I mean, I can also see because baseball is trying to move it toward like a faster moving sport.
You're right. They added a pitch clock recently, didn't they?
Yeah, pitch clock, which actually has worked very well.
It's worked well.
It's worked well.
I'm surprised they never had a pitch clock because, dude, pitches were just sit on the mountain, dude.
That's
They
the thing.
sit
Like
there.
before the pitch clock, like no one in
4-hour baseball games.
4-hour baseball games.
Minimum.
No one in the world of sports had more control over the game than a pitcher. Because if you
Right.
if you don't want to pitch, you could literally just step off the rubber and just like
Loosen up. Yeah. take your
loosen
time.
up, and then you get back on, and then you can step off again if you wanted. Like you could literally do whatever you wanted if the ball was in your hand, and I do like that
I think it was a
aspect.
good addition.
But yeah, the pitch clock was definitely a good addition. So that's what I'm saying. Like arguments with umps, like coaches and umps, is obviously going to add to the length of the game. But I think in that scenario, it's something that people like to see in a way, especially if they can hear the sound bites afterwards.
Well, have you seen
Because Terry, calm down.
you gotta give us a shot. That's literally me in life.
Oh my god.
That's me yelling at life, like, you gotta give us a shot. You gotta give me a shot. Have you seen the movie Real Steel
Yeah.
with a huge jacked man?
Yeah. That's a sick movie.
I actually really
He's
enjoyed
nasty.
that movie. That's an
Can
idea
slang
of
and bang.
that's an idea of robots taking over the boxing world. Have them beat each other up. What do you think about that idea?
So yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool because it's like it's still testing the skill of the human behind the robot, you know?
Right.
In a way, like if you put like a Floyd Mayweather controlling a robot,
Because he shadow
versus-
boxed it in the end of the movie.
Yeah, so if it could be like that accurate and like it was good, like didn't lead to boxers getting like injuries, their brains beat in, all that, then I mean I'm all for it. Although
It would be cool, but
It would
does
be
it take
cool.
out the aspect of the fighter itself?
yeah, 100% it does. Like it would
So
it would
there's-
be a different sport.
There's wins and losses no matter what.
Yeah, it
wins
would
and
be
losses
a
no matter
different
what.
sport altogether. I
Yeah.
think.
Rock
Like,
of
it's-
sock and robots.
Yeah, it's not real boxing.
Well, think about the battle bots shit that occurs all the time. They have
That
those
shit's
battle-
fire.
That
With
shit
the-
is sick.
With the cars,
Where,
or
they
the remote
ram
control.
at each other, and
yeah.
they sometimes they breathe out fire, or they have a massive claw that comes down.
Yeah.
Those battle bots, I think they started having those arenas, like those arena fights in the Las Vegas Dome. I'm pretty sure they have started
I could
doing
see
that.
it. I could definitely see it.
It definitely has a following. It's
it's
cool to watch.
has a big ass following. It's growing. I mean, it's like a sport for like people who are into like
Building robots and
robots.
and want them to see them destroy each other.
Right.
Well, think about dude. There's professional fucking tag. Have you seen that?
Professional tag. There's professional everything these days.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like there
Professional
is,
tag is no joke either. Those guys are freaks.
Do you see them doing like parkour? They have like a simulated like area where they have like ramps and rails and like
Yeah, it's
dude,
like a
you see them-
parkour arena.
It's like a parkour arena, and like, dude, I would not be able to last. It's hard, but though I've seen a lot of clips. I think it's cool.
It's like an American Ninja Warrior almost.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like slap boxing has become like the power
Like
slap shit.
Power slap.
That
Yeah.
shit like that shit has grown crazy, especially since Dana White bought it out.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's just weird to think that like all these weird sports are getting like cult followings, you know?
It's like it reminds me of like the lumberjack sports where like they're like chopping the tree like.
Is that a
it's-
sport? I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Is that fun to watch?
Yeah, it's like the one where like they're each standing on a like a log in the water and like they're running trying to make the other person fall. Like all that type stuff. Like climb the tree, like chop off the thing at the top. Use the saw that's like this.
I need to look this up.
Yeah, you have
Lumberjack
to. dude.
what? What's it called?
It's like the lumberjack games or something like.
Lumberjack Games.
Yeah, this is no
The
joke,
Lumberjack
dude.
World Championship.
Yeah.
I need to see videos of this. Hold on, let me make sure we're screen recording. Cut above the rest. Dude, I've never seen this.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds
Oh,
here.
you're missing out.
Big Wireless
You're missing
Ryan
out big
Reynolds
time.
once
also
again raised their prices.
Starting his own
In response,
mobile phone company.
Paul Bunyan's legendary logging skills may have been.
All right.
and does marketing for the Lumberjack World Championships.
Can I just see the
Let's see the event.
It's
here.
always
Event,
challenging,
please.
Trout.
Titles? When Matt was just a kid.
Oh, so do they slice these up like cucumbers?
Around the world.
Oh, yeah.
I have been to Europe.
26 times, and I've never had to pay for one trip.
In between
Shots.
competitions, Arden is racking up billable hours. He's an attorney. His office is home to
an
several
attorney
mementos
and a
from his father's
lumberjack?
career.
What a
Lumberjack-
beast.
Arden Coker
lumberjack
Sr.
champion.
was one of the first nationally known lumberjack athletes.
Arden Koger. And he is a man
And
that's
dude,
held those 15 world
chopping
championships.
tree is
There are
definitely
records
set
set by
easy.
Arden Sr.
Yeah, look at
in
this.
the 70s. That's still
I couldn't
haven't
do
been
that
broken.
shit.
His technique too.
That's some.
My father
That's some
was not
gritty
an
man
educated
shit right there.
My father stopped going to school when he was in the 3rd grade, but he always wanted me to get as much education as I possibly could because he wanted me to do something different than what he did. The sport.
So his dad was a
not
real
the only thing
lumberjack,
we
and
had in
then
common. And
his
so-
son became an
Her
attorney.
family's
Damn,
tree
good for him,
service
man.
business. It's a job which provides an unlimited supply of practice wood. It also provides a link
Yo,
to the
shout out
world
Keith's
which
Tree
produces these wood
Services.
chopping
Big
techniques.
shouts to Keith Street
Every
Services.
event that
Wakefield,
we do, or
Mass.
every discipline that we compete in, is based on
Damn,
a
even this
traditional
girl
practice
gets
of
after
force.
it. That's I've never seen this before, man. That's funny. Is it the Red Bull
Matt
hat
Coker
on?
won nearly
Dude, the Red Bull company does a ton of shit like that. They always
they have the cliff diving in Boston Harbor. They do that every year.
I remember when the dude jumped from the edge of the atmosphere where there was like that last bit of gravity that pulled him down, and he was just gonna parachute in.
Yeah,
he just had a parachute. He's fucking on fire coming from the edge of the atmosphere. I remember they supported that. I remember
he was like a comet coming out of the sky,
like a comet.
literally on fire.
And then this dude Ross Edgley swam around the entire perimeter of the UK. It took him like 6 months. They also funded that. I don't know if you remember that when he swam that whole thing.
I don't remember it, but I do know like
You definitely heard the story. He was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And
beast.
Dude, he was out. So pretty much what he would do is he had a boat following him. He would swim for 6 hours, go on the boat and anchor and chill for 6 hours, go back to swimming for 6 hours, and he would just do a 6 on, 6 off.
Damn.
And like, I remember him saying that like when the tides were against him, that like he would just get blown back, so he had to just wait it out. Because he was like, when you would go with the tide, like you would fly, like he would fly swimming. But he's like, when you're against the tide, like you can't.
Yeah, the tide's way too strong to fight that thing.
It's way too strong. And I remember he was eating, like, he said he was eating a lot of, like, bananas for fuel and potassium and shit like that. And then he said he lost a lot of, like, muscle mass because he's like a bodybuilder type of guy.
Yeah.
But he just, like, loved to swim. And I forget, I think someone... I feel like I remember him talking about on the pod where he originally had a different plan for the swimming thing, and I guess one of the UK military guys was like, "I think you should just swim around Great Britain." He like just gave him that idea, and he goes, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." And so that's how that idea came about, which is like funny. Like, so he's like, "You know what? You should just swim around the whole thing."
Yeah, might as well at that point. I mean,
but damn. Imagine
That's
6
so
months
sick.
out at sea. You just
And
got
swimming for 6 months.
Swimming for 6 months straight. Fuck that.
Dude, yeah, swimming is one of the hardest.
But also like one of like the best things for you.
Oh yeah.
Especially because like you're not really like he said, other than his shoulders, because obviously your shoulders is like getting the brunt of the work. Like it's like really good on your joints. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's low impact for
low
sure.
Impact.
Like people say running isn't that good for you just because it's high impact that you're constantly like banging on your knees, your ankles.
That one is I would agree.
That's why like my mom, for instance, she used to do triathlons. Now she just does biathlons, which is a swim and bike, no run. Good for the older age, for the joints. You know.
Well, I think it definitely depends on like what you're wearing, right? Like if you're wearing good shoes, that'll help with the impact a ton.
Yeah,
maybe if you're wearing like
you need the right footwear for sure.
Need the right running shoe for sure. Maybe some like knee sleeves.
Well, dude, some people run barefoot, so I guess maybe the shoes are overrated.
Well, like barefoot is a good idea if you're like on grass. You know what I mean?
But no, people run through the streets barefoot.
But like
marathons.
That probably isn't good, right? Because you're stepping on concrete and shit and
I
glass.
mean, they say it's beneficial. I mean, I don't know.
It probably is beneficial, but I would like if you think about when we were like cavemen and we ran, right? We obviously didn't have shoes, but we were also running on grass, not concrete. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying for 100%. But I'm just saying people do it.
People do it.
People do it. It's all mental at the end of the day.
Speaking of running, though, you got a competition coming up now.
Yes. Ruck for Heroes in Transition, April 26th, down the Cape, 250 miles, team of 7.
Shout out.
Yes, that's right. That's right. 30-pound weight or it's a 30-pound ruck, which is like a backpack, military style. The good thing about it, though, is you think of it like a backpack. It's like a lot of weight on your shoulders and your back. But with a ruck, it is like designed
like a vest?
Designed in a way where it puts like all the weight on your hips rather than like your back. So
I like that way more.
It aids in like going long distances with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I like that idea because for squatting, have you heard of the belt squat? Yeah, we've done belt squats.
Yeah.
I like belt squats a lot because the weight is on your hips.
Yeah.
And it's not overloading your back. So it's like when I do squats and
all you feel is compressing your spine.
Dude, that's why every time. So I added this new thing to my routine where I like for a stretch every day, I just hang from a bar. Just like decompress my spine, just like stretch out because of the weight bearing. Not even if you're like squatting or having anything on your back, but just like gravity after a while.
Yeah.
You know, like why you're like taller in the morning is because when you lay down and you stretch back out, it's because when you're standing up and gravity weighs on you, you get compressed. So it's like I just added that to my routine to help me, you know, get right because I'm too tight. I'm too, you know, I'm just trying to loose up. So that's why, like,
especially you're squatting heavy and like doing a lot of reps.
I haven't in a minute. Today was like my first day, like squatting back heavy because I did like my last program. I just did like a ton of reps, lighter weight.
Right.
And that was fun to do. Though. No, it does add up.
That's still a lot of back compression, you know.
It was a lot. But,
so it's good to have the opposite action, just hang in there, let it.
Yeah. Or do the belt squat where the weight is on your hips and you won't be a fucking accordion.
Yeah.
Fucking scrunched. But yeah. How else do you train for a ruck? With just running, or do you try to do any other things to get right?
So, I mean, in running in general, like let alone carrying weight, people don't think about how much their arms weigh.
Oh yeah.
So like long distance, like
your shoulders are achy.
Your shoulders, your biceps, your forearms, everything. So like work on those, you know, put weights in your hands at the gym and just do running motion.
Yeah, we talked about this, yeah.
Work like that. Another thing is they say you want to work out your back because like think about it. If your back, say your back is like
sturdy,
strong, you got an open chest,
upright, open, yeah,
proud chest, you can breathe, you can let more air in. But if you don't, if you got like a weak back and like your shoulders rolled forward, you're not gonna be able to breathe, and you're not gonna be able to have the right like range of motion as well.
That's a great point. Yeah,
it's a lot that goes into it.
We've talked about the importance of having a strong back. Overall, is like so important.
Got to carry the team somehow.
You got to carry the team, put the team on your back. It's great for benching, right? Because you got a sturdy support system. It's great for squatting because you got the weight on your back. Deadlifting obviously is a lot of back.
Oh yeah,
almost majority back.
Your back is probably involved in every lift.
That's probably why I think I do pull-ups almost every day because
pull-ups are fantastic.
They're just like so good for your back. Such a good body weight exercise. Again, you're also decompressing yourself. So I think if
calisthenics are
calisthenics for sure. If you can't do a pull-up, work on some pull-downs, get yourself strong enough.
Or use a band-aided.
Or use an aided.
It's not cheating.
Assist.
It's not cheating.
No, you're just working on the strength.
It's all about the intent.
A lot of the times, I think that the reasons why people can't do pull-ups is I think they have too much body weight. You know, you got to shed some pounds a little bit, and then
I mean, the more weight you have, the harder it will be.
100%. Obviously, like get your upper body strength up. You know, like I said, do the pull-downs, train, to get your back strong enough to do a pull up, but then also if you're struggling, maybe like you got to shed a few pounds, because there's definitely some people strong enough that weigh a lot that can do a pull up, but like I don't think the average person can get that strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean it's all about, like we say it all the time, exercising is all about what you can do, like what's your personal best.
Facts.
And be better than you were last week or better than you were yesterday.
Yes.
And like
1%
if you
better.
can do a pull up or you can't do a pull up, as long as you're out there trying, like if you're going with a band pull ups, people say, oh, that's cheating, but that's a
You only get
million
better.
times better than
Yeah.
if you didn't do pull ups at all, because you're like, oh, I can't do one.
Facts.
You know, so whatever works for you is the best way to do it.
I agree. Doing something is better than doing nothing.
Always.
We've talked about that.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, I think being in the gym or just exercise in general, I don't think is ever bad for you. Like, you know, I let myself go when I was in high school. I was a big boy.
Shout out Josh Peck.
And you quickly figure out like how fast you'll fall apart when you're in that state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like if you're working out consistently, you might not see any gains or anything, but if you stop working out consistently, you will see a decline very fast, and your body will feel a lot worse than if you just get up and walk around. Like that's all it really takes. Like you don't have to go do a whole 3-hour gym routine. You don't have to go run a marathon, go run miles. Just go for a walk, get some fresh air, get some body moving. You know what they say? Motion is lotion. So, you know,
Motion is lotion.
If you want to feel smooth, you just got to move.
You get the blood flowing, right?
Exactly.
One second. I just got to email. I got to send my email to my new boss at Mission.
Oh, shit. Shout out Mission on the Bay. This man, he's working. He's grinding for that cheddar. When's the first day? When do you report? What are they asking you?
She wanted to, so pretty much she's doing so I got a second job. You know, I wanted to do some serving, do some bartending with our boy Hack. Shouts.
Big shouts to Hack.
Got me the job.
Huge shouts.
Gonna do some good things. You know, just a summer gig. It's gonna be nice out. Mission's like on the water, beautiful like seafood restaurant. So
hell yeah.
She just wanted to give me an email to like give us updates and everything, or like give her an email to give her updates. But she's saying my email isn't going through, but that is the right email. So I don't know what to do.
Tell her to send it through via snail mail.
But we can use.
Send it to thebiceandtheback@gmail.com.
Is that a real email we have? I think we definitely need to make a Bice in the back.
Yeah, I mean, loading. One
second, my bad. Not sure why it's not working, but we can use my other email, which is my iCloud email. Do you use your iCloud email at all? I literally never use it.
Yeah, I don't even have. Well, I do have an iCloud email, but it's like my college email, so I don't even know if that's active anymore.
Dude, yeah, I got a college email like a year ago saying that they were going to deactivate my account.
Yeah, a little late.
And I was like, dude, I don't use this, so do whatever the fuck you want.
Right. Whatever you want.
Sorry, guys. I don't mean to do this. I just want to get it sent out, you know? All right, my bad. Okay, sorry, guys.
He's back, and he's better.
So what I'm thinking we should do you have anything else you want to talk about? Anything else on the mind?
I just want to touch upon the hip drop tackle in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking about, bring that up.
NFL is banning tackling. It's banning it's
Not tackling, but
essentially. How else are you?
just the hip drop. Just the hip drop.
I know, yeah.
Which is
you
like,
know what I'm saying.
Again, yeah, we'll talk. We'll continue.
The man, the hip drop tackle, and I think it is very.
It is weird.
It's very on brand with the way the game's moving. Like, it's gonna be flag football at one point. J.J. Watt tweeted like, "Just get prepared for belts and flags," and like a bunch of NFL players, former NFL players, coming speaking out against it. The hip drop is a very a naturally occurring tackle that, it's not meant to hurt anyone. I think what should be outlawed.
It's got a bad rap though.
You should hip drop and land on their legs, then that's no good. But there's a very safe hip drop that if you have them hips and you drop, you like kind of do a baseball slide.
Yeah.
Very safe, very effective.
Yeah,
that rule needs some tweaking.
Yeah, well, the reason why I think they're doing it is because very recently, who got injured from a slide? They kind of landed on their foot. Who was that? It was a running back, I think.
I don't know. I'm sure.
I know it happened this season.
Injuries happen on hip drop tackles. I'm not saying they don't, but injuries happen on any kind of tackles.
No, I know, but I know it was specifically this season where someone was specifically injured by a hip drop where they landed on their ankle and like it tweaked it the wrong way. I forget what happened, but I know that's what introduced this topic of getting rid of the hip drop.
If it's like a big name player in like a big time scenario.
And I get it because the whole goal is they want to protect the players, right? Obviously, football is a very combative sport in a sense where like people are running full speed at each other.
Extremely violent.
It's collision, right? It's always collision, and
it's not a contact sport. It's a collision sport.
It's a collision sport where like people get hit every play, and like there are certain times where like freak accidents occur where you do hit a certain tackle, and sometimes you get rolled up on, and snap an ankle. It happens. It sucks. It's brutal, especially if you get paid. But like you said, it's just it's a very super specific tackle that someone would only make in a moment's notice when they're making the tackle.
Like when you think of a form tackle, you're not thinking of the hip drop. But like if you're like chasing the ball carrier, you catch him from behind, you're not gonna, be able to form tackle and like.
Not everyone's gonna be Brian Dawkins and Tiger Leap. You know what I mean?
Like it's not realistic.
It's just too specific of a request of someone to like make that decision in a second. You
like
know what
split
I mean?
second, like wait, don't tackle him like this, tackle him like that. But wait, that might not be legal either. I can't do that. Like
it's very
crazy.
Like I said, it's getting very specific, and again, obviously we're helping the safety of the players, which is like who can be mad at that? But like, how can we be so restricted? You know what I mean? Like you're restrained to like what?
At what point does the integrity of the game get questioned and altered?
Yes.
Like we were saying before with like the AI in sports, like does it ruin the sport? Like do these rules ruin the sport or change the sport? Like it literally could. It's going towards flag football, which is not real football. That's a entirely different sport. You know what I mean? Well, at what point do these rule changes change the game?
Well, isn't the Pro Bowl now like a flag football game?
Pro Bowl's flag football, yes.
And like I get why they do that because the Pro Bowl is just the fucking Pro Bowl. It's more of like a fun thing for kids.
Right. No one was trying.
No one was trying.
Full pads.
Exactly. So I get why they did that.
Like Mac Jones was running 80 yards for a touchdown.
Mac Jones
like
was gritting in the end zone.
Yeah.
And
look at him now, used car salesman in Jacksonville.
He's the backup. Oh shit! Fucking bugs in this place. Fucking kill that thing. All right. But yeah, I think we're gonna keep. I think the NFL is just in a weird place because it's gotten so popular to the point where like so many eyes are on, so many views to the point where like everyone's got an opinion and people are like, oh, this is shitty and fucked up. So they feel like they need to respond by making these rule sets and, updating these things. You know what I mean? I think it just got too big for its own good. that makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because it's like, I guess the owners all voted on banning the tackle, and obviously with player safety in mind, but it does affect, like the fans are outraged, players aren't too happy about it, and does it affect the game? Does it affect their ticket sales? Maybe not, but like,
yeah,
enough of these rule changes come into play, like it's going to change like how people view the game and how, if they like it, if they don't.
Yeah, like I don't know who was really like that upset about the hip drop tackle.
Right, like I have
like
not.
That confuses me.
Yeah,
like who's really like, obviously we see people be rip shit about,
and maybe like we've seen it before with rule changes, how
that talk
like,
rule, one of them.
Yeah, with rule changes though, like experimental, like they could be for a year and then they go back to the old way.
Yeah, which
like,
I bet that's what's going to occur. I bet the players are going to be like,
this is stupid.
This is really like confusing me on how to like do my job as a defensive player. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to make a play, and obviously I'm not trying to intentionally hurt anybody. Like obviously, like they got rid of like spearing people because clearly that's not a win for anybody.
Right, like horse collar, face mask, or like the suplex. Like I can see all those like being outlawed.
Did you
being
see
banned.
there was a college player that got tackled and taken down by his dreads? Someone like a linebacker pulled his dreads down. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's legal.
It's legal because
legal.
they can. I think I saw the rule is that your hair is considered part of your uniform, and you're able to use the uniform as a way to tackle.
And it's like your uniform and your body.
Uniform and your body. However,
so it's like you got to be able to use the body.
I do think pulling on someone's hair is a bitch move. Like that's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I mean, there is like unwritten rules when it comes to that.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
it's
grab what you can grab.
It's in the rule book.
Make the tackle.
Like you're allowed to pull hair. I just think that's a weird thing. And
I think it's an old school rule because they probably didn't want
to have long hair back then.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so it's like
if someone grows out their hair that long, yeah, you can rip it.
Yeah, you can rip it. But like, I did see a comment on someone said like, this is a clean rule, but if you pull my hair, like I'm fighting you. He's like, like it's clean, like it's allowed, but if you pull my hair, I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. And so you know what? I respect that. I respect that answer where it's like, yeah, it's clean.
It's fair game.
It's fair game, but just know that we're gonna scrap if you do that shit on me. And I respect that. I respect that, man. We're gonna scrap.
Right. Plus, like, when you're out there, like, heat of battle, you're never thinking, like, oh, I'm going for this guy's hair just to piss him off. Like, you'd rather just smack him.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think anyone's, like, intentionally like, oh, I can't wait to pull this dude's hair. But, like, at the same time, you're, like, you got to be like, oh, that was kind of shitty of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like,
you got to recognize it probably wasn't the best move.
If it could be avoided.
If it can be avoided, avoid it.
Yeah. But it's in the rule book, so.
What, as a former collegiate player, what do you think are ways to improve the game, do you think? Or help the game?
In terms of safety, you think?
Just overall.
Overall.
Everything.
I think this is kind of controversial, but in terms of player safety, the only way that we're going to get rid of the concussion problem is going back to leather helmets.
Yeah.
Because people aren't going to lead with their heads. But I know that's not realistic.
It's not realistic, yeah.
So I think what is going to happen in the future, it's coming sooner than later. When we were practice in college, we had like
the sponge.
Yeah, the sponge helmets. I forget what you call them. Like we call them like head diapers or whatever.
Head diapers.
But dude, those things work. Like they help prevent head injuries.
I mean, well, they
100%.
always wear them in practices. You always see professional teams wearing. I mean, even college teams wearing them in practice because, like you said, they work. And
yeah,
I bet. Well, what I was thinking is they're probably gonna, as technology gets better, they're probably gonna find a way to make helmets more like insulated, more protective than just a bunch of padding inside. I bet they're gonna find some type of AI memory foam that like
I
forms
could
to
see
your
that.
your head perfectly and figures out a way to like not fuck your soup up. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea.
Like, yeah, I could see, like, before, like, I could see that happening. But before that, I could see, you know, teams getting those diaper helmets, helmet diapers.
Helmet diapers.
With, like, the team logo, make it look good.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really tell it's on, but it is on.
Yeah, you're right.
And, yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Those things do work, so... I mean, not all rule changes are going to ruin the game, but the hip drop, we'll see how that one develops this year, because it could be interesting. Very interesting.
I do believe that it will be an experimental rule, and I bet it'll probably be modified or changed. I think like
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Rand.
I think it'll be too much on the players to like be thinking about all the time. You know what I mean? I think it's just too much. It's all too. It's too extra. It's too extra, man.
If I'm a referee, I'm not calling that unless like he lands on the runner and like hurts him.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if he does like the baseball one and brings him down, like I'm not calling that.
Yeah,
but
like
of course they're gonna be pushed to call it.
Kicked out, you think?
Unnecessary roughness, I'm assuming. I don't know for sure. It won't be kicked out, no. It'll be like a 15-yarder.
Yeah, I was going to say probably like 10, 15 yards.
But
damn.
Wild, man. We'll see where that goes.
It's weird to think about how different the world is now. How different everything is now.
It's always changing.
You'll even drive around your cities, drive around your towns and see how the place has evolved and changed. Like, dude, like when I forget who I was driving around with, but we were just cruising around, you know, Wake, and how we were like, oh, this place used to be here, now it's in a condo. Oh, this used to be here, now it's this restaurant.
They're all condos.
Like, oh, I was with Merck, and we were driving on Main, right across from the Civic Center. You know that like long strip, and it says "Living and Shopping coming soon." Do you see that sign?
Yeah.
And so that place used to be a restaurant, but now Merck was saying like, oh, living and shopping. It seems like there's gonna be some stores on the bottom and then apartments on top. And it's like crazy to think like, damn, like Maine is gonna look so different.
Bro, that's the world. It's always changing.
Always changing. Everything's evolving. Everything's
never not.
Yeah, us as humans really, we're always focused on things being bigger, better. Bigger, better. Like on a grand scale. Like, was it you and I looking up how many people were alive like in the 1700s? Like what was the world population? Or was that with Merck?
I think that might have been with Merck, but it was a lot less than now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I want to say there was like 200,000 people in the U.S. Now we have like 200 million people in the U.S. Like legit just like times a million.
Yeah.
Like crazy to think how
so many people in the world, man.
We're just on a grander scale nowadays, and I think that's the weird part is we haven't adjusted to the scale. Like we haven't scaled everything. You know how like in a test, right? Like when there's a curve, right? Like so many people failed that like you had to scale it because so many people just did horrible. Now I think it's like we live in a time where everything's so big that we just never adjusted the scale. Especially with social media and the internet connecting everybody, we just never got the chance to like scale everything, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
There's so many more people, but it seems like the world's way smaller because we're all so connected through the internet.
Yes.
And back in the day, like there's only 200,000 people, but it seemed huge because we weren't connected. Like we couldn't
just
talk
13 colonies and shit. You know what I mean? Like it was such a small sample size where it's like it was so much easier to manage everything because there was such less people, right? Like when everyone voted for fucking George Washington, it was easy to pick him, right? Because it was less people and he was a clear leader. Nowadays, dude, it's like a popularity contest to see who gets picked to be president.
Yeah,
because
legit.
Who are the
Dwayne
people?
The Rock Johnson for prez.
Dude, Kanye West was running. Dude, I might just write my name in the ballot.
Why not?
Fucking go. Fuck it. I don't like any more options, dude. But yeah, we're just on a bigger scale. 7 billion people.
Always changing, man.
And
always changing.
how do we adjust to that population size? How do we? Clearly, we haven't, right? Because there's so much more poverty. There's so much more, like hunger and starvation and famine, and it's weird. It's weird.
It's human error. Human error because
Or conspiracy theory, they don't care. And they don't want to help. They just want to fucking, I don't know.
They don't want to see us winning, but we gonna win regardless. We gonna win regardless.
Big shots, big shots. All right, we should end this on listening to some new, win regardless. Let's listen to some new. I've been playing it all day long. Let's listen to a few songs. So
let's listen to a few songs. What are we talking about? Who we listen to?
Future and Metro Boomin dropped their collab album called "We Don't Trust You."
We don't
which
trust
is funny
you,
because
government.
For real. Future's last album was called "I Never Liked You," which is funny because he seems to have some disdain to people where he doesn't trust them or like them. So
he don't like you. He don't trust you.
He don't like you. Don't trust you. He wants nothing to do with you. So honestly, I was kind of let down by this album. I expected a lot more from it, from Future and Metro. But
two big names.
And not that it's bad. I would probably give this like a 6.5 out of 10. But I'll play you. Listen to 3 songs. 3 songs I really liked from it.
Yeah, let's hear the 3 best.
This is probably the best song in the album, if I'm being honest. We're going to play it right now. Why Are You Betraying Me? Spotify on the laptop is literally so mid, it's actually crazy.
Why are you betraying me?
Dude.
Why are you betraying me?
This is crazy. I've never had this problem.
Why are you betraying me? I'm sorry not to trust Spotify.
Why is it not playing at all? What's going on? I'm lost. I don't know what's happening. This is not playing. This is fucking annoying.
Try to exit out, exit back in. You gotta give us a shot, Terry. Terry, calm down. Terry, talk to me, Terry.
Come on, give us.
You know what I gotta say, Terry.
One time for the one time. Just work for me once, please.
One time for the one time. 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 One time.
Jesus.
There we are.
Let's play Cinderella because that's a song I really liked. Jesus Christ, it's really doing this to me right now. I can't fucking believe this. Fucking, oh my God. Them, he doesn't like them. He's got beef, and I don't look at it as if like Kendrick. Also, I think that's an amazing song, by the way. But I'm not looking at it as Kendrick has beef or anything like that. I'm looking at it as Kendrick is just keeping up the competition.
Like he's using them as his fuel to better himself. He's trying to be better than them.
Correct.
That's nothing against them. He's just trying to be the best he can be by
pushing everyone else to be the best they can be.
Pushing them and having them push him.
Well, at the end of the day, it's also the rap game, right? It's competitive. It's a sport.
It's a sport. It's competition, baby.
And so, like, I think what he's doing is he's just revitalizing the competitive aspect to it of not having hate towards anyone. I mean, who knows? Maybe he does have beef. I doubt it. But I think like you said, it's just the rap game. He's just kind of feed that competition so everyone can be the best version of them.
Yeah.
So I really like that
It's
song.
good. It's good for him. Good for the rap game.
Good for him,
everyone
good
else.
for the rap game. So I really enjoyed that song. This is the song I really wanted to play. Here we go, finally.
Is this kid? The kid? Oh shit.
Travis Scott, Future. But Travis and Cuddy have had their run-ins because they're very
They vibe together.
very similar. Well, Scott, apparently Travis Scott chose the name Travis Scott because his uncle's name is Travis, and Scott is the name of Kid Cudi. Scott
Mescudi.
And that's why they made the song called The Scotts, which is a banger.
Yo, that's Scott.
They were supposed to make a collab
Hold up the
album
cops outside.
that never, that song's a fucking bop. They were supposed to make a collab album, but it never came to fruition, which kind of sucks. But
Hopefully
here's,
that's. You'll get used to it. You'll develop new ways.
yeah, so those were like some of my favorite songs on the We Don't Trust You album. Yeah, I mean, again, it's only been a few days, and I'm a huge advocate for like actually sitting with the art and like letting it grow on you.
Yeah. Let it fester.
And then giving your opinion on it.
Yeah, for sure.
So like I'm really not big on like rating it right away. Like I'll see on Instagram, like I follow Rap, and they posted like literally on Saturday, this album came out on Friday. What do you guys rate this album 1 to 10? It's like, dude, like how can you like decide anything
It's too
out of 1 day?
soon.
That's like
Too
saying
soon.
that's like saying, oh, one day, like, do you want to marry me?
Yeah.
Do you wanna marry
Legit,
me?
bro. It's so true.
Do you want to marry me right now? And it's like,
Love bomb.
that's a love bomb, dog. Like,
You don't
I
want a
know.
song bomb.
That's just how I'd compare it. But like again, people are big on just like speed, right? Fast, and
Yeah.
I just like living with shit before I really make my decision. But yeah, I just like
You got to hear it at least like 2-3 times through before you can even.
a
Think
good
of a
deep
good-
listen 3 times
Yeah.
before you can like even have an opinion, in my opinion. But that's besides the point. But our boy Jordan Lucas, Worcester's own,
What's his own? Yes,
dropped
sir.
an album called Not Now I'm Busy, and he's been leaking this.
Has he been spitting?
He's been sprinkling some singles for a while. This is
Yeah,
supposed to come
what's
out
on
a
this
long
one?
time ago. Do you know the song Blackout by him and Future?
Maybe.
Which song do I want to play right now? Honestly, I enjoyed this album more than I enjoyed the Future and Metro album.
Ooh.
Like I'd give this album a 7,
Okay.
and just because the energy on it is fantastic.
He always brings that
he's
energy.
spitting, dude. Yeah, he always does bring the energy. Like I know some people shit on Joyner. I forget really why, but I know some people shit on him for being like a corny rapper and shit. And like I can see why they say that because he's a very like deep person, talks about deep shit sometimes.
Yeah, he does it
gets
his
lyrical
own
with
way.
it, and he gets
does it his
lyrical
own
as
way.
fuck with it, and a lot of people don't really like the lyrical shit. But what I can say about him is he always brings energy.
Always 100%
Always comes hard.
automatic.
Dude, like ISIS with him and Logic, like always sets like he sets the tone. And I forget which ones are my favorite, but I'm gonna just like throw them because I think they're all.
Yeah, throw some
I think they're
on.
all like really good. So this is the one that's.
Too many times I told these niggas stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this.
He's trying to get after Future. You know,
But he's pretty big. He's pretty big.
He is pretty big.
But I lied. This is not a 5-minute song. This is a 3-minute song, and I just didn't realize that the app shows what it's out of. Not, I don't know. I'm just being a bum. But no, I just like hard. That's a hard song. Like
I love Joyner.
that shit gets me going. That shit makes me feel something. You know what I mean?
Gets me flowing.
This song is. I like the vibe.
Smooth jazz.
I don't need no intro for you niggas, put my beat on. Take them bullshit rappers out your playlist and put me on. This the type of shit to blow the speakers out your neon.
Put me on.
Busy, hold on, call me, I'm on beat. I'm not the one for you to speak on. I got on
He goes crazy. He goes crazy.
100%.
You know
Art.
what I mean?
Like
Art.
paintings.
Art. We admire art, and I think that's just another thing that unites us all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we like
We
through
admire
art.
what we think
People
is
can
beautiful.
connect through art. You know, like crazy. Like you could look at a painting someone made from Japan and like just relate to it, relate to that painting, relate to that person.
I know, right?
Crazy.
A picture's worth 1,000 words. That's actually a great
Hundo P.
topic. Let's save that for the end. This is the last song I'll play. 3 songs each. But I like this song a lot. I think I'd rather live a short life doing what I love than live a long life of doing what I don't love. And the song's called Still Alright because
I like that.
no matter what happened, they're still alright. Whether they made it to rap or not, because like Twista was saying, like I had to stop rapping, I had to get a real job, and someone was like, "Why are you in here? Why are you doing this? You're way better at that." And
it made him want to cry.
Because I heard a similar story from, you know who Chris Calico is? He's a rapper with Tech Nine.
Shout out Tech Nine, by the way.
Shout out Tech Nine, man.
They say he's
sleep on him.
They say he's the richest rapper though.
Richest independent rapper.
Yeah.
He was the first ever to go independent, I think. One of the very first.
He's first ballot. I don't know if there's a rap Hall of Fame, but he'd be first ballot.
Just strictly rap ability. If you don't bring Tech Nine in the picture, like I can't respect your opinion.
Oh my God.
He's easily a top 5
menace.
wordsmith. Top 5 wordsmith. Top
Yes,
5.
he's a menace.
Worldwide Choppers is all you need to listen to know that. This song is another one. This is Chris Calico. Say no more. Strange in this bitch and we waging war. The song's so hard. The song's crazy. But
Pop off king.
But yeah, dude, same thing. I just want to play that because I think Chris Calico is a sick rapper and deserves his fucking flowers.
Deserves those
And
flowers.
another guy that
yeah, I'm adding that song and I'm adding Still Alright.
Dude, Tech Nine, man.
Tech Nine is unbelievable.
Top 5 lyrical rapper of all time. He's got to be up it there. Same thing with MF Doom. Same thing with Eminem. Who else could be up there?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's pretty lyrical. Yeah.
People consider him one of the best.
They do, but like there's people that crack better than him. Let's be honest. Jay-Z's a great rapper. I just think like lyrical rapper, people crack more. I'd probably say Kendrick is more lyrical than Jay-Z.
Kenny?
Kendrick, yeah, 100%.
I don't know, dude. People say that's Jay-Z's thing.
They do say that, but I don't know. It's
he
different.
has some classic lines.
He's not like super choppy flow either. He's very chill. He doesn't like spit. You know what I mean? He spits bars, but he doesn't like worldwide chop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not drill rapping.
He's not Tech Nine, like speed rapping. You know what I mean?
Tech Nine, yeah, he's not even speed.
Jay-Z
like
does-
that dude was speed, or Joyner is speed. God damn.
Joyner was fucking spinning. I'm trying to think of like when
Joyner
Jay-Z
can do it
rapped
all though.
fast. Like I don't even think on his song with Eminem he rapped that fast. I want to
Just
play that
gotta
song
make the song cry.
because that's a fucking banger. I haven't listened to that song in a minute.
Can't see him rolling down your eyes. You gotta make the song cry.
I made something doing what I do through and through, and I give you the
Shout out Jay-Z though. He's definitely a top 10 rapper.
Yeah.
I just think lyrical wise. Anything. But yeah, shouts.
Big shouts. Let's wrap
Any,
this thing
any,
up.
yeah, any other songs you want or no? You want to?
No, but I did love to hear the new Joyner. I did like the new Future as well, but
Yeah. No, I mean,
that was
I played the
good
best
stuff.
songs in my opinion.
Yeah, and well, we trust your opinion because you're DJ Randy Rand.
But
Randy the boy.
I enjoyed it. I just think that Future could have gone a little bit harder, man. Could fucking on a Metro beat, dog. Like, come on.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But hey,
what was I did want to wrap up with that thing about admiring beauty that unites us. You know, we admire beautiful things, and whether that's art, I mean, everything essentially that is an art you admire is beautiful. But anything can be an art. Anything can realistically be an art.
Yeah, cooking
is an art.
It's an art.
Even like work, right? Like even when like you pave a fucking concrete sidewalk beautifully, you're like, damn, that was a nice job.
That's art. Yeah,
that's art.
100%.
That's art. So there's art in anything.
Same thing with
this podcast.
Like electrician, make the wires look good. That's art.
Yeah. Same thing with this podcast.
This podcast is art.
If you made it this far in, we appreciate you.
Yeah, if you made it this far in, what's wrong with you? We admire you.
You're a beautiful person. We admire you. And yeah,
let's go. I mean, I think we covered it all. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming up. Exit episode -44. We're well on our way, Rand. Well on our way.
Yes, sir. Dance this one out. Todd.
Dance it out now.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you to the live band.
You're killing me.
We're dancing out. Right.
Peace out, y'all. Restaurant. Why is it?
I've been getting money back then. Making plays top 10. Look at me, the Rari back then. Yeah, I was patched in. Hella million sold, no friends. Bitch, I was locked in. Level up, nigga popped in. Nigga popped in. Nigga popped in. Nigga popped in. Nigga popped in.